आपको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu. Welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Association to this intermediate training session. So, as usual, I will cover some concepts of Queen and Pawn endgame and Queen versus Rook, some positions, Queen versus two Bishop or two Knight or like that to discuss, followed by few practical endgames analysis, and I will show some middle game themes also as well. Now, we all know that the queen is vastly superior to one minor piece, but sometimes one minor piece also can draw against a queen and even win against a queen if the position is so bad. So, I would like to discuss some typical position and for technical knowledge also. It is very important that we should be aware technically also. So let's have a look at bishop and knight can hold against a queen. क्वीन के सामने बिशप नाइट ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं बट इन ओपन बोर्ड नो पॉन्स. फॉर एग्जांपल this position this is a draw. Why it is a draw? Because we have made a barrier, we have made one wall, fortress, the knight and bishop controlling all the squares. I mean, king can never cross, and black king will go these squares. Black will go to these squares. He will operate on these squares. He will keep moving. Now he can go king h8, and so this is not any chance for white to win the game. So this is ideal position. Bishop and knight can hold against the queen. It is self-supported pieces. Okay. So please make a note of few positions I am giving. The resources will be useful for you. Let's have a look at next position. Just a minute, I have to go to that chart. I must get it. This is the chart. The next one. Now, this position also is a draw. You know, the rare positions I'm talking, not two bishops, not always draw, but this position is a draw. I mean, white cannot make progress. You can see that they have made a sufficient, wall type fortress together against the king. All this is controlled, and he can oscillate. He can oscillate. For example, like this, he can keep moving. This is not a win. For example, you give a check, now I'll come here. Maybe I'll just wait. No win. Only if you come like this is also draw. When you come here also, the king goes to g7 and draw. So this is no win, it is a draw only. So this position is a draw. Just a minute here. Yeah. So now I can see the chart box. So good morning everybody here. Tanmay Azmera, Sritu Nandi, Veerabhadra Singh, Basal, Parik, Uttam Bengal and Vivan Vishal Shah. All are welcome. Akshar Jhala. So two bishops like this, they can hold the position. It is not a win possible. But if the bishops are scattered, then it is difficult. Normally, queen wins against two bishops roughly 80% times. Roughly. So 20% time, the bishops can hold like this. Okay. I go to the next one. Two knights. I hope the concept is clear. If you have a doubt, you can ask me. What I say, please keep in mind, 80% time the queen is superior. But when the bishops are joined and along with the king in a particular corner, it is holding. And notice, if the king is somewhere here instead of this should win the game. Because you can't give me a check and then it is troublesome. I mean, I will come here and it is winning the game. So the king is also caught in the net. This is a point to note it. Okay. So I go to the next. It's a draw. This is a draw. You know why it is a draw? The queen is attacked, and they are also forming a kind of wall. See, all this is controlled. I mean, in white to play also, white cannot win the game. He cannot give a check, close check. He has to go somewhere. This is also a draw. No win. But maybe if it is in corner further down, there is problem. In this position also draw. These are all theoretical. It is not I am telling. You can check some good opening end game book of great authors. This is also equal. Okay. This is also when placed close to either keep, it is a drawing zone. It is a drawing zone. For example, check. Now there is a wall. All the squares, control, control. All the squares are controlled. So he cannot cross. This is a zone he has created. The king cannot cross this zone. King cannot cross. It's a draw. And you can't give a close check. See, notice you cannot give a close check here or somewhere here. So this check is a meaningless one. King will come and nothing happens. Draw. So this is also a draw. No more draw. No more win. So, but the positions are rare. I'm talking the positions are not often comes. It happens two knights. Normally very difficult. Two bishops are much easier. If you want to hold two bishops are giving more challenging fight against the queen, two knights very rarely. Okay, but this position is draw. So next, this is one knight can draw. One knight here can draw. Rare position. I give check and check, check repetition. Of course, it is not practically it is not coming, but it is possible that last pawn you give and exchange the queen, and it is a draw. Check and check, check repetition. Okay, so now this particular position, it is a win. I told other day, if it is a rook pawn, it's a draw. If it is a rook pawn, it's a draw. I already told you because queen into rook, pawn into king, king pawn ending will you draw after queen sacrifice the rook and pawn. But now because of the bishop pawn, it will win the game. I will sacrifice the queen for these two. I mean, white will sacrifice and winning the game. So, for example, let you also participate. Please suggest how can what I mean to say white will win the game. Black's move is this. If you go king h7 is bad. Okay, black will lose. King h7 is losing quickly. First you find out how you win against king comes. First you find out this. How you win. Veerabhadra says queen d7. No, there has to be a plan. What is the plan? Veerabhadra, you have to have a plan. Random making a waiting move will not work. What is the plan, Veerabhadra? Deep Patel say Queen D8. You know, you need to create a zugzwang. You need to create a zugzwang. For example, let us say in this position, the king is here. It is much more convenient. Your queen should guard this square. Your queen should guard this square. So the correct move is here. King h7 will win the game. King h7. I think this is no. King coming here. King h7. I think this is winning. King bring the king to e5 first. Method of winning. Bring the king to e5. Now he comes here. King e5. He will wait. So queen. This is winning. You now cannot play this one. You can't play. And if you take rook into, then it is queening. I'm queening faster through two moves. So you have to wait. But then I can take king, bring the king, and then sacrifice the queen into rook. Now I'm ready. If you come here again, I will wait. Now you cannot come. King pawn ending is lost. I will lose. You will win the king pawn end game. So you again suppose you come. I can take queen into rook. Winning. So bringing the king is much easier here. Okay, this is the point. So let us go. He will go right way king h7. I mean king f7. This is tough. The plan. I am just showing a plan. Okay, Birabhadra says queen d7 for king f7. Okay, so queen f8. Now king pawn ending is lost. You play rook here. I will beat. Take queen into rook. No, this is also winning. This is also winning. Now you come here, I come. You come here, I come. I come. So this is king f7. Just queen into rook is winning. Whatever you do, it is lost. You go somewhere, the rook will be lost. You go some two checks, rook will be lost. So the position is winning because it is a bishop pawn on the bishop file, and if the pawn on rook file, it is a draw, no win. But pawn on knight file you will win. Pawn on knight file, I will bring the pawn to g5 and win the game. So Devers is welcome. Anya Agarwal welcome. So these are elementary endgame techniques. I'm just showing you. Let's see some more endgame. Elementary endgame. So this is winning. I hope any doubt somebody is asking. No. I think Queen. Yeah, it is no doubt. It is winning. So let's see. Let us see this position. This position actually black is winning. There is a rook pawn, but there is an important difference. If the pawn on second rank, imagine the pawn is in second rank and rook on third rank, draw. If the pawn is here and rook is on f3, it's a draw. I just discussed. It's a draw. Rook pawn. But now the position is become weak. So this will win the game. So find out how black can win the game. आप ढूंढो अभी ब्लैक कैसे जीतेगा सजेस्ट सुरेश भाई चावड़ा गुड मॉर्निंग black to play and win babu Divya Parmar welcome we need to have some concept in mind this position winning because The pawn on third rank. If the pawn on G2, rook on F3 or S3, it's a draw. But now, because weak position, black is winning. What should black do? No, no, no. There is no concrete plan. Queen E3, King G2, Queen E1, Queen E. No, no, no. This is not the method. This is not the method. This is not the method. There is only one method. There is only one method. नी फिर से सोचो आप क्वीन E3 KG2 क्वीन E1 रुक F1 नो नो रूक व्हाई ही विल प्ले रुक F1 और रुक H4 और रुक F4 खेलते रहेगा वो रुक E1 क्यों खेलेगा रुक F1 क्यों खेलेगा आपका किंग को क्यों अलाउ करेगा नीव वो बस ऐसा ही करते रहेगा वीरभद्र सिंह सेज H4 do you all agree H4 all agree so Param Saha says H4 H4 Naitik Mehta, welcome. Virabhadra H4, Rook H4, and Queen F3, and it is Rook H3. No, 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 no. Rook H3. It is ridiculous. No, no, you will never play Rook on H3. No, it, it is not correct, Virabhadra. Not correct. H4 is wrong. H4, the game becomes a draw. If you play H4, the game is a draw. Okay, somebody please participate. Come on. There are only two players, Birabhadra and Neev. Why others are silent? बाकी लोग भी बोलो 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 Queen E6. No, 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 no. No. Not correct, Uttam. Okay. No, no, not correct answer. Ripple Sa, Kriti Sa. Kriti Sa, welcome. Okay, I think, sir, wait 5 seconds. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, take time, take, and tell me the solution. Ivan Vishal Sa, Rook F2. It is losing. Rook F2 is losing. There is only one draw. I mean, one method of win. Only one method. I give you time. Normally, I should give more time. I, आपको एक एक पोजीशन को मैं 5-7 मिनट 10 मिनट देना चाहिए मैं 2-3 मिनट में ही बता देता हूँ बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट टू कवर अप द टॉपिक्स तो ये करो आप नो देवर नॉट द दिस इज नॉट द राइट मेथड क्वीन G4 में कुछ नहीं होगा क्वीन G4 वो मार देगा किंग पॉन एंड Queen G4 वो मार देगा. King pawn ending draw. Black to play and win. So I give you 2 more minutes. Last 2 minutes. 2 minutes और सोचो. Okay. 1 more minute. 1 more minute for you. Basically, you get the concept. You understand the plan, but you are making mistake in execution. I will tell you, you have understood the plan, making mistake in execution. I mean, what I agreed, Veerabhadra Singh and Veerabhadra Singh, who else played? Neep Patel and Dibya. Dibya has found H4. Wrong. H4 is the correct plan, but wrong timing. You should play black to play white. Black will win with H4 only when the king is on H1. Please note this will the position when the king is on H1, black to play H4. So what we should do? Force the king to H4 and then play. This same diagram I will bring the king and then play H4. That's all. H4 is the correct plan. But no, not now queen coming to. No, this is a draw. After this is a draw. Draw. I mean, he cannot win. Now no more win possible. You cannot take the pawn. Now this is a draw. You cannot improve. If king g4, rook h4, check. Draw. No win possible. Attack and draw. So h4 draw. But there is a win. I will tell you. Here the winning plan is to play queen to c2. Queen c2. Now you see. Now what he will do? He will play king h1. So queen d2. He will play king. Queen e2. Now he will play. You cannot play here now. This is bad. This is bad. You know, I can just play. I can play even queen to. I mean, queen to f3. It should win the game. So he will play king f1. Now this is the moment. This is the moment you play h4. See, king on g1 and king h1. Big difference. Now h4. You have to take with the rook. No choice. But then check. Check. You have to support the pawn. This is the point. Matam. मातम कर देगा अभी आएगा वो आएगा एक दो चेक आएगा अभी कुछ नहीं होगा ये आएगा ये आएगा किंग आएगा and now the king is dragged and it will come into zugzwang. It will come to zugzwang now. I mean this will come gradually zugzwang. अभी वीक हो जाएगा ये zugzwang आ जाएगा. Okay, so here you may come here also. You learn into zugzwang. This is a theoretical way. So the whole point is Queen b2 is working. The idea is same. You told me h4 mistake. Idea queen b2 or queen c2. But queen c2 is more accurate. Okay, because you are coming step by step. So there is you have not you have, unless you get the idea to bring the king. So queen b2 or queen c2, you have to bring this position and play h4. I hope the concept is clear for you that this position is winning only when the king on h1 you push the pawn to h4 so that queen enters. I mean, after the move queen idea, okay, queen h2, whatever you do, but it is better this. Okay, you can play h4 now. This is also draw because queen must be ready to come to f1. So king now again king queen. Now this is winning forced, and now this is entry check and winning the game. You will come win slowly. So I hope okay queen b2 is working only when you do not get the idea. So what is the use of queen b2 or c2? Queen b2 c2 is a random move. You have to play force this move. Queen b2 c2 h2 anything. You have to force king h1 and then play. So square is plan is more important. Okay, this position it is white to play. So white to play, white should win the game. But what should white do? I mean, the position, if the pawn is not there, it is very easy. If the pawn is not there, queen versus rook is very easily winning. All of you know this, that giving a check and king to over 6 winning. So, we should give the pawn. We should give pawn h7 and then anywhere queen check and you will force pawn h7. The rook moves, then I give a check. Force king into pawn. Isn't it a good idea? Just a minute, please. Just a minute. What's this coming? Great trouble. Okay, now the point is now what white idea? You give the pawn, rook moves, queen check, king into pawn, and it is winning. But no, it's a blunder because he has to just stalemate. He gives check, it's a draw. Now if you go somewhere, then I will give queen f8 check, and you are forced to take, and it is an easy win. But stalemate. So this is careless move. You know, people think that he has to move the rook and I give a check. But after this move, check, it's a draw. You go here, you go here, I will just give this check, this check, this check. So it's a draw, nowhere. Check, check, check. इधर ही check दो. अरे इधर ही check दो. Draw. So Honorary Kanjar, welcome. Adalza and Adalza brothers, welcome. So a mistake. Position is win, but not this. Hoping that he will come here. Hoping that I will give a check and I will get a winning position. It is a wrong concept. Wait a minute. We have a similar position. Now I want your evaluation. I mean, is it a win for white or is it a draw? आप लोग मुझे बताओ क्या ये विन है या क्या ये ब्लैक ड्रॉ कर सकता है व्हाट या पंचाल वेलकम कमल मखेचा एंड कृषक शाह नरी कंजर गुड मॉर्निंग So Vivan Vishal says draw, Rishabh says win. So Vivan Vishal says draw. कैसा? How it is a draw? Vivan, Vivan, how is it a draw? Suresh Bhai Chavda says king is 6 check. Okay, it is a black to play. Suresh Bhai, it is black to play. राष्ट्र धर्म सर्वोपरि भारत. Welcome. You know, we miss many times very simple position. This is a draw. This position is a draw. What should do black do now? Black to play. Black can draw the game by playing simply rook here. Draw. No, no, it's a fortress now. Now there is a wall. Wall he has created. And king can oscillate, draw. Cannot win. You cannot win. Okay. So, no, no, black to play. It is not white to play, Kamal. It is black to play. White to play. No, black to play, it's a draw. That's what I told repeatedly. This is a draw because it is black to play. Black to play, he will come here and you cannot cross. It's a draw. White cannot make any progress. But you have to find this correct move. Okay. This will lose the game. You play this, this will lose the game. Okay. Maybe. Maybe you queen check. This is also draw. It's not that easy. How are you going to do? You cannot cross. You cannot cross. But can we zugzwang? Because in some positions, imagine the king on f8 and the queen coming to f6. It will run into zugzwang, I think, or the e6. King on f8, queen e6 will come into zugzwang. So this is safe move. Don't allow draw. Okay, Rishabh say white to play. I thought okay, Rishabh, no problem, never mind. So draw. Now in this position, he played this move. This is a mistake. Simple draw. After this, it's a draw. I just told you. I told you this is a draw. But he played this. This is losing now. This is losing. Zhuang. Because now rook check. Now if you give no. If you give check, king here. Zhuang. This is the point. You should not allow the king to cross over. Welcome Adi Jain. This is lost. So this simple draw here. Here is a simple draw. This draw. But you know one careless move lost. Check. Now this. Now if you give rook check, this will come. And this will come. And this here rook is zugzwang. Zugzwang. Okay. So you have to be very careful about it. The position simple draw, no progress. No progress. All right. Let us show some more practical games. Now I will tell you there is a Russian chess proverb. Russian chess proverb I am talking. They say all rook endings are draw. Just for fun. All rook endings are draw. So one pawn up here, but it is very difficult. I mean, it position it is not winning. The pawns are fixed. So white to play, white will only try rook b6. Reasonable move. But check and tempo on the pawn. So he will push. If you play king here, this is also not working because I will just wait and you cannot take the pawn. It's a draw. So theoretical draw. I am talking only theoretical positions. I saw a detailed analysis in the game in the book. Three very good books written by Delievsky and Mikhail. Three beautiful endgame books. You can go through that. So here, this is a draw. So he goes rook pawn push rook. This is more important pawn. If you take it, he will take and two connected pawns will come. So important. No progress. You cannot come here. You, I will sweep these pawns. You cannot take this. This is a draw rook into pawn. So wait, wait, just wait. Now you are at a crossroad. If you come here again, check, check. That means if you come here, I will take the pawns, and own counterplay will start. So takes now rook. One of the pawns fall. So it is a question of speed. It is a question of speed. If you keep pushing, I will take these two pawns and three will. Okay, let's see start this. Okay, if you play b5, I think this is faster, probably winning. These are practical endgames. So I'm not discussing the errors I'm showing. Probably b5 is winning the game because the speed. Now rook into pawn. Now king. Now probably winning. Next rook will come, and it is winning. Probably it is winning. King c7 rook check is coming. But anyway, he made a mistake here. I mean, he made a mistake. Rook. But this wins the pawn. Now a pass pawn has been created. Right, these are it could be in time trouble also. So these are mistakes and draw because I will give the rook. Now you come here. I will come and you queen. I take. So this is possible, but there are three. King is far away, so the pawns will advance. Now the pawns will advance to h5. King come pawn j5. It is not easy, but he missed some winning chances. Burning, burning. Okay, never mind. So let's have this position. Black to play. Now black has an advantage. What is black's advantage? Material is equal. What is good about black? Welcome Adi Jain. Rook f8. No, no, that is gone already. This position. Black is winning. Black has two advanced pawns. No, that is not the reason. That is not the reason. The point is here, if it is white can draw the game. Queenside majority is not the thing. You have to stop. This is coming here. So you have to stop here. This is the winning plan. If you allow pawn here, it's a draw. You cannot win the game anymore. So this is the point. You have to, it is majority, you have no breakthrough, it is king is coming. See, once the king is coming, the majority is not there. The whole thing is this triples the pawn. So this is the winning plan. Now white is passive. White is passive. Otherwise, you see, if the pawn was here, suppose the pawn is here, there is no entry. Black king has just no entry. If you white pawn on e4, it's a draw. So black should play f5. Who is Virabhadra Singh is correct. Nandini Mudaliar, welcome. So you should not allow. Once the pawn comes to e4, it's a draw. That's why this is now the king has access. Now the king has access to this point. आ गया. Now the king has a burden to watch this pawn and watch this break. So there are two problems. You have to watch this. You have to watch this point, and also this pawn break. So it is lost. He lost. Now pawn push. Bourgeois. Bourgeois. हो गया काम. Now the point is this queen check and queen check, winning the game. It's theoretical win. The king will come over here. You give check. The king will come here, and now other checks will lead to a check. Check is met by check. So that is why before he could advance, he made sure the black pawn has come. So I hope you understand the concept. First of all, you have to ensure at the point, the beginning, you have to ensure that square. Second point, you make a pawn ready here before, because the pass pawn is there. Second point. So this is very important. So consolidated. Yes. And now we'll push. This is important. Now fix this pawn. Now the king has to come. So this pawn is a potential queen, and this break will come. When we release this pawn, the break is faster. Bourgeois, the break, push. Now take. The whole point is, if the pawn is here, you are not. It is white is winning the game. It is white may not win the game because king coming 1, 2, and 4. White is winning the game. But this is the point. You have to take queen and queen check. And now check is nothing. You just come here and here it is winning. Okay. So welcome Deva Makwana. This position, white has an extra pawn and white has one more advantage. Superior knight, and compared to inferior bad bishop. His own pawn. You know, this is the bad bishop. The mobility is not good, and it is a weak pawn. So and also this is a weak pawn. Suppose it is like this, it is very difficult. The position, it is not winning easily. Very difficult. But because of the weak pawn, the king is tied down and it is winning. So find out the winning plan. Welcome Devang Makwana. No. Don't do G4. In end game, don't push the pawns because the tempos are valuable and don't weaken. G4, no. It is white to play win. This is not the plan. You have to regroup the knight. You know, Kiara Mehta, Rathi, consider again. No, not G4 check is not correct. What the best move? G4 check. You should have, you see, this the plan is correct. I will create a pass pawn G4 H5 at right time. But this is not the time. Think again. Let you get time. Other people get time to think. I will come. You know, if you keep exchanging pawns, then you will sacrifice the piece for last pawn. Not NC3, not NC3 Uttam. He gives knight check. And now the knight should be positioned to this pawn. So this is important thing. So comes. Suppose you play king d5, it is easily winning. Knight check. Now if the king comes to d4, then g4 h5 will come. Now g4 and it is winning. Suppose you come g4, it is winning. It is easily winning now. The king is completely shut out. अब ये ब्रेक आने वाला है. ये चेक में कुछ नहीं होगा. King g4 and h5 break will win. So king d4 is not a good idea. So here this g3. Now knight check. You have to return. You can't go here. So return. This is the winning plan. Now the bishop is tied down. The king is active. Knight is active. The bishop has to watch this square. ये तो गया अभी धीरे धीरे जुगजुआंग आ जाएगा. So if you play bb4 this side, the king enters, winning the game. And now only move. And now you cannot because of check king will further enter. You this point will lose. So this is not working now. Not working. It should win technically. अब ये check आएगा. And then we have seen a reverse position yesterday. Yesterday or day before I showed the reverse position. The knight coming here and winning the game. So here you can't give me the allow the king. तो आपको wait करना पड़ेगा. And now pawn push, forced and king. Now the pass pawn has been created. You see the knight is restricting the king. This is the whole point. Knight on e3 ideal. And now this is rolling. This will come and start rolling. You see, you don't allow the king to come to blockade. So take possession. Oh, this is okay. It is winning. Now knight and now king and the pawn is going. The whole piece will be tied down. Lost. This is lost. So you can see you are. I hope you understand. I hope you understand the positioning the pieces. You know it's not so easy. You have to position the piece that knight should come here. Knight belongs here. Capablanca, you know, in chess fundamental, he has given all this very nicely, and even that Seresky, they have written two very good books on endgame strategy. So he quotes again Capablanca. You should have a feeling where your piece belongs. So knight on e3, king g4, and then you win the game. If you push the pawn directly, it is a draw. Draw. You have no winning plan here. Okay. So yes, ng3 check. No, ke4, it is not winning. Ng3 check, king. Now this is not winning because you can hardly, you cannot take the pawn ever. You know, so the correct plan, knight on g3, king on g4, and you win the game. So this is the correct plan. Now king g5, suppose you play king here, it is lost. As I told you, this is lost because of check, then you come and I win the game. Create a pass pawn. And if you go forcing the knight, I will play g5. No, I will play g5 only. Maybe even this, maybe even pawn push. You cannot take it. You cannot take it. This is also win. Okay, I hope you understand the plan concept. You understand the concept that you bring the knight to e3 and king g4. This is the correct plan. And king. Zhuang. cannot evaluate this type of position. How to bring the clarity? Okay, okay, all right. Even I had the same problem. Tom, I had the same problem in my early career because we did not have any chess books. I did not have any chess book for a very long time. I started chess when I was 12, 13-year old, and till I was 16, 4, 5 years, no chess book. So I had the problem, and I had never had a coach in my entire life. From beginning to end, I had never had a coach, direct coach. Of course, I considered Gligoric as my coach. Indirectly, I was reading his books, Gligoric and Keres articles and analysis, but I had never had a direct coach. So you can master this type of thing by studying classical endgame players like Rubinstein, like Karpov, Smyslov, Baganian, Alexander, Ulf Anderson, great players of endgame, great masters of endgame. Even some games are both winning. Yes, Keres died in 1975. So, at your time means when I was playing, अभी भी मैं जिंदा हूँ. अभी भी मैं जिंदा हूँ. Keres died in 1975, and I started just around 71, I think. 1970. No, 70. No. I started little early. Maybe 69. 69. 69 or 70. I started chess. 69, probably. Somewhere around 69. I was, yeah, 68, 69, around that area. So, okay. White to play and win. Find out. Winning plan for white. चलो क्या बताया. What is the answer? राष्ट्र धर्म सर्वोपरि भारत. Correct answer. Welcome. Krishna Doshi. Welcome. Knight H5, correct answer. Yes, you have found the correct answer. The only move, double attack, you cannot take that. Then pawn N2 is with a clear better position. So, only move. This up into knight. Only move. Otherwise, piece down. Only move. And then enter. Winning. It is a practical जुगजुआंग में आ जाएगा. क्वीन टाइट किंग कुछ हिलता नहीं है. कुछ टाइट हो गया पूरा. जुगजुआंग अभी कुछ है ही नहीं मूव. नो किंग मूव, नो नथिंग, ओनली पॉन मूव. And we get now only move. There is no other move. Only move. जुगजुआंग है. You can't give me B7 pawn. ये नहीं दे सकता है आप. खत्म हो जाएगा. So only move. Check. And here running into जुगजुआंग. मारेंगे तो भी जाएगा. Queen into pawn, queen B7. Only move. जुगजुआंग. So who found that NH5? Veerabhadra Singh and Rashtra Dharma Sarvopari Bharat. Correct plan. Correct plan. Congratulations, Veerabhadra and Rashtra Dharma. Why do all people add question mark? No, I mean they are not sure. They say that is the answer, but they are not sure. They are not sure. They are only suggesting the move. Okay. So okay, I think some more end games I will do, but there is not much time. I want to show you some middle game. The 5 एंड गेम बाद में करेंगे. 1 2 3 4 5 ये 5 एंड गेम हम कल करते हैं. So let us go to some middle game. Now, you know, basically, middle game is a very big subject. You know, end game concept does not change. Science, there are two parts of end game: theoretical end game and practical end game. Practical end game boils to theoretical end game. So during a practical end game, there are two or three type of basic concept remain sometimes. So we need to master the basic end game, and automatically we will be good in practical end games. So end game is like a science. You know that this position is winning. We have to get to this position. But middle game, the possibilities are very rich. Meeting attack, there's a good night. So many themes, hundreds of themes. So we should be able to judge. We should be good in defense. We should be good in calculation. We should be good in attack. We should be good in planning and execution of the planning. We should always evaluate correctly the king position. Everything is winning, but one bad king position it is lost. One check somewhere, you overlook it is lost. So here's a judgment of attack. I want to show game of one active grandmaster, Miso Pavlovic. He has written some good books, some on Sicilian or I think I liked his book on Sicilian. Very good author, very active style. So I picked up some games and some more games of him I'll show later. The game started e4, flip the bow, so g6. This is this is the strongest move. Now pawn into queen takes pawn. Now you come here. Now this is the plan here. So you have two choice. You can push and on knight c6, queen a4. On knight here, queen is good. White is better. Bronstein says the knight has come back. The queen in center, and you can play h4. White is good. h5. But this position, black can fight a long time, long battle. So though white is better, it's far from easy. So I recommend, though ये अच्छा position है. If Bronstein says good means he's good. I cannot challenge Bronstein's evaluation. This is really good. But don't you think that this is better to play here bishop b5? Don't you think here knight here b5 is better? I like this. Why it is better? Because if you come here, I am going to take it, and you take here e5 is coming. That means after queen here, bb5. So bb5 is good move. And if you play a6, अभी knight आएगा मार देंगे और e5 आएगा. And if you play here a6, I will play here e5. This is a bad structure, bad position, because on this I will play pawn into. Now queen into is forced. Now queen. Now the position, there are weaknesses. These are bad position. The end game is minus. Not a good idea. So I can also play here, pawn into knight here. I need not exchange queen. I can also play maybe here, just queen d1. This is also good. Just queen. Idea castle plus minus. All right. Now let me go to the game. Let's go. Now c3. So d5. Now queen takes. This position, I would say it is equal, because white has not played ambitiously. What you call it is Sicilian Alapine. Sicilian Alapine is equal. So this, right? Okay. So here's a weak pawn. Normally, when the pawn is weak, you should have a lot of activity. But here, this structure, where is the activity is coming? And if you push this pawn, the diagonal is open. So he plays bishop, knight. Naturally, black wants to exchange pieces and go towards an endgame. Now e3 is threatened. You want to play knight into e3 and bishop into good position. So, okay, take. Now I want you to evaluate the position. He has played this. Is this a good move? First of all, it is a good move. No, it is not a good move. What he was expecting, that black will go passive. Now there is an attack here and there is a shattering, you know. So he will go passively. No, why should you go? Now this is winning. Knight into queen attack, and now knight into pawn. One pawn gone. Pawn gone. You play knight into, you pawn up, and if you play pawn into, the knight is going. So he played in the game king, but then knight into. So forced, queen into, forced. It is a loss. You are losing the game. One piece down. You play not piece down exactly. It will become. Now he will play maybe knight into or rook into queen. Now knight into. Now knight into. Now I can play knight into and one piece down. So alertness is required. This is actually not a great move. That is, where is that move? G6 is not a great move. You should play D4 and take the pawn and play BB5. This is good move, and play BB5 stronger move. So going to the next. Okay. Yes, opening catastrophe. You can say this is an opening catastrophe only. A6. Okay. So we have scan engine. Now e5 is not coming, because you take and queen d4 is coming. So you have to prepare for e5. Now he is giving a threat, pushing the pawn to e5. Knight, the pressure. Idea very simple. White is playing to just complete development. That's all. Yes. So my question to you is e5 is a good move now? Is e5 good move? point you should be more ready. I mean, development should be complete. Taking time to take initiative, white should be fully ready. So maybe this is not the best timing. And now knight d5. So of course this is bad. You know he can play bishop h7 check and knight into g5 check and getting the trick sack. So not good move. So you come back. So I think this is bad. Anyway, it is already black has equalized. Evaluate the position. I want you to evaluate the position and tell me development is not there. Yeah, you are right. Now, what should black do now? करना क्या है? White seems to be better, but what should black do now? सोचो जरा. Think. Very important moment. Correct move. Virabhadra. Correct move. So he plays knight. What to do now? करना क्या है? Virabhadra, if you play h6, knight h7, is that okay with you? Virabhadra, if you play h7, h6, knight h7, what do you do now, Virabhadra? If you play h6, white will play knight h7. Okay, Virabhadra, let me check your analysis. You say knight h7, nd3. nd3, I can play knight, I can play here knight f6 check. If you play allow knight h7, nd3, I will play knight f6 check. Knight f6 is a check. gf6, I will play ef6. Virabhadra, do you get the point? h6, knight h7. Now n into d3, knight f6 check. gf6, ef6. I don't need other pieces. Pawn on f6 is coming. Virabhadra, in your variation, white gets pawn f6 with a tempo, attacking the queen. Then he won. Then pawn into queen. What is counterplay? I take your queen. I will take your queen. Are you sure? Are you sure of that? You are losing the queen. Is okay? Bata. Tell me. Okay, let's get to your analysis. Let me go to your analysis. Okay, you play h6. I will play knight. Then you say you will take this. Then I will play knight check. Then you will take pawn in. I take pawn in. Okay. So is it this the one? Is this the one you are talking? Then queen will go where? To c5. Is this the one you are talking? Here I take pawn into. So is this you are talking that you will take pawn into and you go queen c5. Okay. Is it okay? But not losing queen c5 there. Okay, what happens? What happens if I play here? What happens if I play here? Queen h6. What will you do? There is a big difference now. Now there is a big difference. All white needs a rook. There are two threats. You can come here and you can. So what will you do now? I will tell you, this position is still winning. Yeah, simple knight e1. Because if you play pawn into, he can have this check. And on here, queen check. This forces the rook. This forces the rook. Okay. And then maybe here, now the queen check, you have to only think of this mate. So so what you can do, we can give knight check, force, queen check, forced and winning. So this is the point that at the end you have to give check and then give queen check, and then fourth there is only one legal move, knight check, and only one legal move, then queen check, and attack is gone. Okay, so this is the correct defense. The what I appreciate at this moment, what I appreciate here, this, and now this is the right defense. Perfectly played. The idea now I'm going to open up the position. I'm going to open up. So this rook is controlling this pawn indirectly. So I will close it now. I will play f5. And the weakness will not matter because e6 pawn is already overprotected. So this is the point of my space. 1100 के लिए सही है. I सर सीरीज कितना रेटेड प्लेयर के लिए है? ओके, अभी मैं ये जो आपको दिखा रहा हूँ ये पोजीशंस, दिस इज मेंट फॉर प्लेयर्स अराउंड 1500 टिल 2000. ये जो मैं आपको सब पोजीशन दिखा रहा हूँ, these are meant for players about 1500 to 2000 range. Even the players of 2000 range can learn from these games, these diagrams. So I mean 1100 से रेटिंग स्टार्ट होता है 1000. रेटिंग स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 1000. ओके, FIDE rating, World Chess Federation, FIDE rating starts from 1000. So ये जो है ये करेक्ट मूव है. प्रिपेयरिंग, यू नो दिस इज द करेक्ट डिफेंस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल I can show another game also. Just come back quickly. Come back quickly. See, he brings the correct defense. Rook coming and defending properly, all central squares, directly and indirectly. This is the best move. Other moves, white will have a lot of threats. You cannot take the pawn. This is bad. And now you do any weakening, it is bad. So this is the correct move, and black has no problem. Okay. Yes, FIDE rating is not the correct evaluation. Sometimes the player may be around 2000 strength, but if you place a low rated tournament, you will get a low rating. So rating does not justify the actual strength of a player. Suppose you play consistently lot of tournament, the performance stabilizes. Suppose you play one tournament in a year, the actual rating will not show the strength of a player. Yes, okay. So here, this is center. I will go back to the position of Pavlovic I was discussing. Modern defense, Park defense, playable. They are playable, dealing with the center from a distance. So it can go to Sicilian type or pure Park. So it has become a pure Park defense. So C5. I think this is not good. You should allow him to capture and knight will come. So this is not a good move. I would like to play here a move like d5. This is what you call is you know some Simid Banun. This is called Simid Banun. Botvinnik and Simid. So this is really good. White is better because white will play pawn to a4 and then white will play knight coming to this point. So this is a nice position. And s3 bishop f4. White will play then bishop f4 s3. This is a fantastic position. So this is better. But he played in the game pawn into. This is bad. He loses all advantage. Queen exchange is not problem. Many people think queen exchange is draws. It is a wrong conception. Welcome to exchange that also. Okay. Now I want to tell you how do you evaluate this position. How do you evaluate this position? Okay. Uttam Dugal says last game, how can someone come up with a rook a8 in tournament play? The answer is very simple. You have to study a lot of classic games. Classic game, I mean, games of, starting from, I would say, Spassky, Fischer, Tal, Smyslov, Keres, Botvinnik, and classical players. And then you will get all the strategic idea. No, black is not winning now. It is not winning. It is a good position. Black has a good position because the diagonal and the pressure. So black plays attack, white plays c3. So what should you do now? Now you are a crossroad. You take knight into pawn, the knight is trapped. So what will you do now? Now Goenka says black wins. अभी कैसा जीतेगा? अभी ये आप ये मारोगे तो bishop c4 ट्रैप हो जाएगा. If you take this, pawn c4 is coming. You will play just pawn c4. If you play knight into pawn, pawn c4 will come. Knight d5, white will play pawn c4. Virabhadra, you are making notation error. Knight d5, I will play pawn c4. No, the knight is attacked. The knight is under attack. You cannot play bb7. You will just win the piece. Virabhadra, c4. You want to take the pawn. Okay, you take the pawn. He will play c4. You want to come here. He will play a3. No, he will play. Now what are you doing? So he will play now bishop c1. चलो इसको बचाओ. Defend this. Where you go now? Yes. So actually, knight into d5 is correct answer. Knight into d5, c4, bishop a6, bishop here, and now you can play active move. I want to come to this square like this, and like this. So I will play for a tempo. I will play with a tempo. I don't want to waste time, not giving him time for bg5. A tempo. Imagine he will play a6. I want you to think What should black do now? No, chess is so rich with possibilities. What should you do now? Knight c2. Goenka says knight c2. You know, actually this is better. Knight a2. Knight a2 is better. Veerabhadra's move is correct. Knight a2. I want to take this and this weakness. And you can't do this. Knight c3. Knight c3 will come. I just played take this also winning. So knight a2 is a more active move. Okay, this pawn is though you have to understand playing actively, playing active chess. Okay, next I will go. Four pawn attack is not really great. So castle, knight f3, and now we make a Benoni type of break. A6 and then e6 is e5. So what else? Now if you play pawn push, it will turn out to a Benoni position. So white little better. But if is it a good move? My question is it a good move? The whole idea of black is now if you take, I will take, and if you take, I will also take. Now if you take the pawn, I will take. And I'm not winning, I'm not losing because of this. But there is an intermediary move. Now if you take n%, it is easy for me. If you make n%, I will open up line. Now the knight will come and now knight, the pawn is a target also. This is the point. So n% is not a good idea. This is not good move. Not good move. As in the game Christiansen versus Kasparov. Larry Christiansen is white, Garibhai Kasparov is black. So he allowed this kind of structure as black, Kasparov. So here, now, is it a good move? Okay, he takes pawn into pawn. What will you do now? What will you do? You know, black snatched the initiative. He will not win a pawn. He cannot take it, but this is a strong pass pawn. Very strong pass pawn. So white is better now. White will continue some bishop d3, castle, bishop g5. White stands better because white will have the half open f line, f file, and he will castle. After that, bishop g5 will come. So this is white is better. So e5, it is a doubtful move, but after e5, you need not take this. You need not take. You can come here, bishop to d3 and castle. But he took it, but then he got knight g4. This is the whole point. Now black grabbed the initiative. Grab the initiative. Welcome Khanak. Now f5. You know you have to play in sharp style. You do not have time to play slowly. And black will be better. White will be better. So don't play slow moves. So f5. Just goes for attack. Queen into pawn. Now the point is, if you play some castle, maybe I will play here bishop into knight. Maybe I will play bishop. No, bishop into knight, pawn into Maybe I will play here. What? Is this working? So you can see the danger. You can see the danger that if you play open line, the knight and queen are watching this point. So if you castle, what happens? You see, if you castle mechanically, I can hit. Then this is giving trouble. This is giving trouble. So you cannot do immediately. So he plays the move like g3, g3. That is becoming weak. Substantially, very weakness has come. लेकिन weakness you cannot win. You have to do some correct execution. Goenka says not bishop f4 instead of bishop c3, bishop f4 instead of bishop c3. Where in the variation you are talking castle. In the variation, castle. Yes, there comes Birabhadra's correct answer, knight in. Because if you play knight into queen g3 is winning easily. And even if you play this, this is also winning. Because rook has to come. And now a cool, slow. I just coordinate pieces. At the moment, black is a piece down for one pawn. But pieces are not good. I have two connected pawns and the pieces are following. Paralyzed pieces. Winning the game. Rook into rook, queen into. Winning the game. So everything started with active play. You know. So this is the move. I think here objectively white is better. White is better after bishop d. Correct move. And don't play and pass. When you play, this sort of things are not so nice. Not so nice. Because I tell you that black has freedom, knight will come. Okay. So you can see that who is that Larry Christiansen Kasparov. I can show you so that you understand the structure. White Larry Christiansen and black is Gary Bhai Kasparov. Gary Bhai. So a similar situation has come. See, this is not good. Whether e5, e6, and now knight. And he gets a very good position already. Already black has the better game. Now, this is all unsound attack. Forced. This is just a bad position. Center. He has grabbed the center. Then you pawn into pawn d5 will come. You play pawn into pawn d5 and knight into is also equally bad. Take d5. So he comes. And next bishop total domination. What a knight. Total domination. All this thing is bad. Forced. Forced. Otherwise losing a piece. Forced. And black went on to win the game. So what it transpires, please note कि आप ये move मत करो. Don't allow this structure. D, F, ये don't allow this. This gives very easy play. So I hope you understand. You said an active grandmaster, but Milos was playing in year 93, and that how can we active right now? What I mean is active style. It is an active style. I told you he has become a coach and author now. He is writing on chess books now and author, annotator. But active style. Who are the active style player? Number one. Active style player, the world's number one active style player, Alekhine. Alekhine, Keres, Stein, Kasparov, Anand, Tal. Tal is all about. Tal is ahead. Tal is much ahead. Tal, Sasniko, or you can say Velimirovic. In India, Anand followed by, if you say active style, I would put Adiban. Adiban. I would put Sasi Kiran. Active style. It is not attack. It is not about kingside attack. Action. Always some activity going on for initiative. So, active style. So, this is a bad structure. You should not and pass. You should not take this ball. You should allow black to take. Now, the correct move. I will play some B2. You take. You take. I will take this way. The game is interesting. Okay. This is interesting position. Okay. I will go to the next game of Pavlovic. Pablo. Now bishop e7, b5. These are all theoretical moves. Now d6, bb7. This is called Anderson variation. Wolf Anderson used to, sorry, not what is Adolf Anderson used to play this way. D3. So d6. Now he plays a4. I mean a variation. This this was popularized by Efim Geller. Efim Geller had good success with a4. Even Kasparov liked. He said that Geller taught him this variation as white. But there is no danger. You should just play here, knight attack, and even this is also okay. This is also okay. So c5, and now b4, and now rook. With the idea, I want to play pawn push and then play bishop to c6 and triple the pawn and attack. So this rook and knight, rook and knight aiming for this at right time to paralyze. So entry, he wants to come here. He wants to come. This would be not so good because in this case आपको दो मूव रूप मूव करना पड़ेगा, नाइट आएगा, बट ये पॉइंट छोड़ रहा है तो ये आ जाएगा. So this is the problem. You want to regroup the bishop here, but you can't leave f7. So that is the why you should not play. You should play bishop to f8, c8, c8. And now black is giving a threat. Black is giving a threat. For example, now if you play some move, I will play b3, completely paralyzing you. You can take with the pawn, taking with the bishop, take, and queen b6 will come. So bishop comes out. Here, I would say the game, it is maybe equal. Black has weakness, the backward pawn. Backward pawn. Black has two bishops. You know, this feature two bishop advantage in open position. It is a big concept in middle, which was not known before 1920s or 30s. So now it is two bishops are very dangerous in open position. So if you master this art, it will be very good. So he comes here, knight. Idea, I want to open the game. You have two bishops, I want to play g6, I want to play here g6, knight g7, f5. I want to open the line. So this is the plan. You have to open the position. Now this is suicide. A player, a player should not open when opponent has two bishops because he wants to open. You are giving him a helping hand. You want to open when opponent has two bishops. It's a bad idea. Rule is a rule. Don't open the position when opponent has two bishops. So he broke the rule. He broke. Open. You have a problem now. You take. Now attack. Initiative. By opening, he has just handed over the initiative to black. Okay, so f5. Natural. Now I will now go punish him with queen there. So you cannot do pawn into pawn. You cannot do pawn into pawn. If you play pawn into pawn, the pawn into e4 will come. So not a good idea. So he comes pawn push g5. It's big initiative. You cannot halt. If you halt for one or two moves, he will consolidate. All he wants rook joining. Thereafter nothing. If you allow two moves, relaxation, bishop develop, rook comes here, I think initiative is khatam ho gaya, lost. So now, forced. You can't defend f4. You have to take g5 or e5. If you take g5, it is worse because pawn f4 is coming. Finish. What I finish? What I finish? What I finish? What I finish? Over. Lost. Resign. Okay. So this is the whole idea, whole concept. Now it is lost. After queen into pawn, pawn into check. Finish. If you take it, queen into. You cannot take it. You cannot take it. Hanging. Queen check is coming. Bishop into pawn coming. BB7 coming. Lost. So you can see that feel for initiative. The feel for initiative. How this is going on normal. Now this position is not bad. It is okay. I would say the position, it is okay. You should play here. I mean, the bishop is coming here better. Now he will play g6. Now he will play some move, queen coming here. Now he will play ng7. Now rook coming here. This is a position. It is interesting. I would say black is little better. That's all. Not really great. But but bad idea. This is bad idea. Open the position when opponent is bishop pair. But it is not easy that you all find this moves. Take, and then you find f5, then you find g5. It's not so easy. Okay, friends, I will go to the next. 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute. Ah, yeah. So here, this is g5 concept is really great. It's winning the game. Okay, next. Now bishop c6. It's a semi-Slav. Semi-Slav. So he goes for the Botvinnik. This is the Botvinnik variation. I will accept the center, allow the center and defend the pawn. Botvinnik variation. Botvinnik system variation, whatever you say. So e5, h6, bishop h4, g5. Now the theoretical, there are two lines. He can take and take, and then he can play knight, and then he will go queen, allowing pawn into. So this is a line very sharp, and chances for both sides. But I would say now this position after queen a5 pawn into, black is quite active. Black is active here. So I would say you can play g3 here. You can play h4 here. Whatever you say, b2. There are so many moves, but black is very active. Botvinnik played many games. Alexis Zero, especially Alexei Zero. Alexei Zero played lot of brilliant games with black. Though white is not bad, but let us see the other variation. Other variation. He plays pawn in. Now pawn into. Now this looks really good for white now. For the pawn, he has got knight on e5. The queen has access. All he need to complete development. And black king position second. But it is a very ultra sharp position. Okay, taking the pawn is not a good idea. Knight into c6, bishop b7 will come. So he comes here, challenging him to take. So material is equal. If you look at the material, practically that double pawn is meaningless. Practically it is equal. Okay, castle. Naturally, he will try to open up the game. Now, king. If you go for absolute endgame, then black will get nothing. If you play knight into, then queen exchange, black will get nothing. So, white played, no, black played here pawn push. I want you to think how the game should make progress. Bishop c5, the correct move by Virabhadra, because you need to, your knight must be active. So get the queen from the pin. Get the queen out of from the pin. Pawn into pawn, you get nothing. Bishop into pawn, initiative is finished. Initiate black will be better. After this move, it is black, white is better. White better now. So very well played, bishop c5. You have to take, but now knight into. The knight has been free. If you take knight, it is a mate. So he comes. What should you do now? What will you do? Virabhadra, congratulations, finding a brilliant move. But now what? What now? Virabhadra says h into g2 and rook g8. Virabhadra's answer is h into g2 and rook g8. I am not convinced. I am not convinced. I am not convinced. Yes, h into g2 and then knight h4. This is the correct answer. The king cannot go. He cannot go here, mate. And if you go, the rook is coming. So you have to come up. Now, how would you handle the attack? How would you handle the attack? Bus, you force him to capture the knight and rook will join. The rook is joining the attack. Over. Queen check, only move. Queen check, only move. Queen check. Don't play time. You have no time to play rook. So, check, check. Mate ho jayega. It is leading to mate. Okay. So, you come here. Want to come here? So, how would you mate? So, maybe here. How would I mate here? I would see. क्वीन तो जाएगा, मेट नहीं है तो ये क्वीन तो जाने वाला है. This is winning anyway. So this will lose anyway. How would I finish this game? I think this rook check. Now I would say this rook here. Idea rook d3 check should finish. Because your king cannot go to the line, it is winning the game. Okay. So here, Joel Patel, good morning. So you can see the strength of the position that only when you play bishop here it is coming. Otherwise you can't win. Okay, tomorrow what I will do, ये जो ओपनिंग है इसका मैं आपको पूरा का पूरा कल कर लेगा. कल का सेशन में ये बड़ा है. Maybe I will do in two parts. I will do in two parts this botanic line. This is botanic system. I will do in two parts. Okay. A very sharp line. What are the good ideas, bad ideas? Tomorrow is Tuesday, Wednesday is off. So tomorrow I will do part one, black side, and white side also I will show how to play very sharp position. This is good. Now the standard plan after you play knight f3, knight f6, some e3, g6. Now bishop a2, bishop here. This is the easy position for black. He'll play c5 and all. But the main problem here that in this variation, this is the good move. Why this is? Because knight to this is the piece having no mobility. So I mean you can play this idea. Next bishop is coming and all problem of white is solved. I mean birds opening. So here he plays bishop c. This is the best move. You can't play this. You cannot play this. You know, you can play. And now if you play, I can play here. This is a good position. Now you have to play mate threat. So you have to play. And now good position. No f5 comes. So bg4 is a good move. bg4 is a good move. So he plays g3 now. g3. Now it's a nice position. The bishop would have been here. Imagine a clumsy bishop. Imagine this is not a active position. Now the style is now good. You play h3, I will take it. Bishop into f3, I will take. Not I will retreat. Nice position. Black has lot of activity. You cannot castle now easily. Better. You have to take with the pawn. Already bad position. I want to open up the game with f6 against the king. Very bad position. Stay in the dark square. Stay in the dark square. So what are you going to do now? My threat is coming here. This is too much to handle. So in desperation he goes. Even this was also a good move. Even this is also a good move. But knight is under attack, so he goes pawn into pawn. Only move. This is lost. Lost position. Now you don't have to do check. This is very bad position. So what it transpires that please note f4 d5 bars opening is okay. White should play this. This is the correct move. I will throw some light on bars opening because I was playing as white sometime. I used to play. Now for example you play here knight f3, now knight f6, now e3, now you play g6, now you play d3, d3. Now b2, castle, castle. Now you play c5, so that knight can come. Now in this case, you plays a4, then knight c6, and now knight a3. Why knight a3? Because white wants to go for that attack, queen e1, and start activity against the king. But in this case, this point remains weak, so a tempo can come. So in advance, he protects knight a. Now you play some move like maybe like b6, and now here queen is now. Now queen c7. This is a position Bent Larsen. They call him Great Den. There is a German, I think, Danish dog, Great Den. So they call Bent Larsen the Great Den. So Larsen found a brilliant idea. Larsen found out bishop here. Not going queen. You go queen here, e5 will come, nothing, knight will come. So bishop here, and the e4 break cannot be stopped easily. In the Larsen's best game, I saw all that, and I won as white. My opponent is an Indian IM, so I beat him. So in national challenger in Mumbai 19, somewhere 94, 95, around that area. So in Larsen gave this brilliant idea. Bishop to D1 and E4 is coming. So anyway, so I tell you that this is F4, knight F3. No, this is bad. You should play knight. And then you play knight F6. You play this one, and then now this is there. What so many lines are there? So I go to the next one. What is that? Welcome Mukund Agarwal. Sir, White's name is Funny Nature Got Fried. I do not remember. I don't remember Larsen's opponent name, but I read in his best game. Larsen's best game, I read all this analysis. Oh, this one. HR got fried. HR got fried. Okay, okay, all right. So another game, it is King's Indian. Here, this is a bad move. Not bad move, because for this, e5 is good. You make n% is bad. Already I told the structure is not good because the knight is coming freely. And if you play, what about the bishop position here? What it is doing here? Nothing. Nothing. So here he plays castle, knight, and now he plays s3. He does not like. The problem is where to put the bishop. No good square. But you cannot waste pawn moves in opening stage for nothing. If the pawn was center, Royal Lopez, you understand that he will have a pressure on bg4 and the center pawn, but it is waste of time. Bishop f5 with the idea I want to play knight here so that the bishop will be very powerful in the diagonal. Takes, okay, takes black squares. Why the bishop is no value? Now I have got total domination of black square diagonal. Center also. Knight tempo. So tempo take. So we have reached a position. Of course, bishop into knight is bishop into useless. There is no activity. There is no activity here. So here the activity is there because the pawn will come giving some threats. So there is a pressure. So we have a position that advantage with black color complex. Black has color complex and mobile pawns. These pawns are mobile now. And also the bishop is superior compared to this bishop. So this is the advantage. Mobile pawns and comparatively better center. Advantage of color complex. I told you what is color complex advantage. When a player, okay, bye, see you, Uttam Duggal. So when a player gets advantage in a particular color, that is called color complex. F5, E4, rook, idea, bishop will come next. Clear better. Black position is dominating. Now this is suicide. You cannot ऑलरेडी पोजीशन गया हुआ है ऊपर से और वीकनेस कर रहा है दिस इज सुइसाइडल इज काउंटिंग pawn versus pawn and this move killing him now. The queen is shut out. He did not expect this unexpected move. Bishop attack. Now, threatening queen coming there. Forced. Now threatening rook check. Forced. But then check and over. Because you have to play re2. Then queen c1 में game गया. Black square control. Lost. So many threat. Mate threat, queen threat. क्या क्या threat नहीं है. Mate threat बचाओ. Bishop देना पड़े, rook देना पड़ेगा. So the whole concept that a player, first of all, this itself is not a good, but this is not reason for losing. So here, this is also you should play pawn into pawn, this pawn into pawn. This is a better way to play. And even then, black gets very active play. For example, I can play pawn push, active play. Now knight into pawn is bad. You lose the center pawn. And if you play bishop into pawn, I will play knight into pawn. On knight into pawn, I will play queen f5 check. And knight there, bishop check and takes on queen b5. This is a good position. I will have bishop here, control of the diagonal. The king is weak, but your own king is in danger. You cannot attack me. Rook check is coming, bishop is coming. So this is absolutely no problem. No problem for black. So, but anyway, he should play pawn into. This is what you should do and try. But after this, it is equal. All equal plus. I would not say equal. कर देते हैं दो गेम कर देते हैं. So here, Karokan, Bishop Pavlovic, Tisia Gara, WGM from Hungary, Budapest. Two sisters, Anita Gara and Tisia Gara. So Anita Gara is an elder sister. Both are WGM. And now, this is a classical answer. H4. No, this is the right move. After H4, H6, H5 is bad, H6, and this is the right answer. Or you play knight here, trying to attack. You know, this is a threat now. Suppose you play carelessly, this is bad. अभी आएगा तो queen आ जाएगा. So this is bad. You have to play knight d7. Knight d7. This is okay. Okay for black. But in the game, he played this bad move. So, knight. This is getting nothing. What is the achievement? You have made 3 knight moves and opened the H file. There is no achievement, and this knight is also poorly placed. So how many knight moves? This knight has come here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can't make some 8 knight moves gone. H file open, no development, forced. And now threatening F4, forced. Black is better. Okay, I want you to think how you should play. Okay, I tell you knight comes here. This is bishop takes. All right. The position black is clearly better. Black is clearly better. What should you do now? Samdani and Samdani, welcome. Sahil and Swani. C5. Okay, you play C5, he will take it. He will take it. Joel Patel E5, very good. Joel Patel active move. Very good active style. I like Veerbhadra Singh, Joel Patel, both active style players. Now, don't worry about the pawn. Play pawn push. Pawn into pawn, straight dark. Don't take the pawn. Now, black has a big initiative. Big initiative. खत्म, खेल खत्म. If you castle, rook d2 winning material. If you castle rd to win, and if you take queen g3 check and dark square problem. You play queen g3, queen into pawn, bishop h4, bishop will come to e5. It is killing. So only move. But then pawn into. You cannot take queen into. Bishop h4 is winning. Only move. Then it is over now. The pawn on the 7th house supported. Now queen. Welcome to exchange. Mate. If you play rook into rook, and mate is following. Design. Because after this move, the only move, but then a simple rook check. No, no, not rook check exactly. He comes rook here. And this comes rook check now. And now mate. Color complex. Bottom. So the problem as your video are getting famous. This advertisement, I don't know. There is no advertisement I see. I don't see any advertisement in the chat box. Okay, okay. Never mind. So let us see another one game. The last game of Pavlovic. I will show Pavlovic one more game. So we have got symmetrical structure. You know, actually one grandmaster, a good friend of mine, Nick Differmian, he told me that in the symmetrical structure, white runs out of good idea. For example, now if you play some knight f3, suppose, now I will play c5. Now you castle, I play this total symmetry. Then where white will go? White has no good plan here. So that is why a player should avoid symmetry. Symmetry, same position. So he breaks the symmetry. What white now breaks the symmetry. Now the point is both will try to attack. Black will play 5 4, white will play RB1, B5, B4. These are it is a race, king side and queen side. But king side is always good because the defense is not accurate, then you win quickly. It is not easy that all players will defend correctly. So, though objectively white has also chance on queen side. So the game starts action. Okay, action. Now this is good for white. Black, I'm sorry, black. No, naturally I will play e4. Now this is a ridiculous move. I don't know why white played this. I fail to understand. The only reason he says knight cannot come. The only reason is knight. But you cannot do that. You see, there is nothing. There is nothing in the dark square here. So why you waste? It is better to coordinate the pieces. It is better that he should play move like s3, bishop d2. This is more stubborn. After s3, bd2, rook c1, it is more stubborn. But this is just bad. क्या कर रहा है? You play e3 is bad, f3 is bad, e3 point weak. Winning position. Forced. Again forced. Now you see black has made all pieces ready. Now it is time to attack. बस मुझे बताओ how to attack. Okay, I will come to Goenka. Your last question, I will answer. Yes. It is 2020, 25, 20. You are right, Virabhadra. You are right. यहाँ क्या हो रहा है? ये खत्म हो जाएगा. खत्म हो जाएगा. Black to play and win. Black to play and win the game. It is just like a puzzle now. The bishop comes here for sacrifice. So he comes. Now the idea, rook is coming here, rook is coming here. So he says, move ho gaya. But yes, you are right, bh6, and now rook is coming. This is a good idea, very good plan. So he moves, but then this is a finish. Idea, now if you come here, it's a mate. Or you take, also leading to mate. Check, check. This is finish. So you can see the strength of, and notice he did not attack. He played the move first, all this thing, center, and now again you see he brought rook development. He brought the rook. He brought everything ready, and then he started action. So with this, I leave today's session, friends. I will say one answer. We're going to ask what is the answer question his side. He asked after e4, c6, knight f3. Yeah, it is good answer. This is good. Nothing wrong. For example, here you have choice of moves. You can take and play d4 and bd3 with a reasonable game. And here e4, you can take and play d4. This is a good game. Okay, fully possible. I don't see any danger to this position. The other line is to play knight c3, old main line. Now if you play pawn into knight into pawn and bishop f5, sorry, bishop f5, you can play knight g3, or you can play bg4. They used to play bg4. Fischer played used to play. Now after bg4, some s3 was coming. S3, this is coming. So all this is nf3 is playable, but when you get the gold, why go for tamba? So when you have a ready-made center, when you get the gold, why go for tamba? So friends, thank you very much. I will be back at 2:30 to 35 today. So I'll see you later. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Bye.